is this? Where you get this from?
Don't be talking about my stuff. It's my game.
Oh.
Somebody giving you a phone with TikTok and seeing, hey, they got a Nintendo that has like, it's got like 500 games on it, and it's only $19.
Right. It's gotta be legal.
Shit. And you know what's crazy? I bought one of those fucking things from that stupid commercial, and the joysticks didn't work.
Right.
And I'm not sending it back. It won't even make it back.
It won't make it back, and neither will your money.
It's day one, the fun just begun.
Apparently about to fight Jake Paul in some exhibition round. I know Mike is still solid in his 50s.
I'm gonna go ahead with and lead with pause.
I know he's a thick 50.
First of all, Mike is gonna eat that boy alive. Pause.
It's not a real fight. Can he even get sanctioned at near 60 in Vegas?
Mike Tyson can.
I'm confused.
The thing about Jay-Z's pussy is it's sweet. It tastes like coconut. But it does have an afro on it. The only thing, I've never seen such an Afrocentric vagina. It was the most thing.
Afrocentric doesn't just mean that it has an afro.
Okay, well, I knew that, but it wasn't just solid.
How do you know what Jay-Z?
Jay-Z, you have 24 hours to respond or else I'm believing this shit.
Oh, he's gotta respond.
You gotta respond, Jay-Z.
Solid pussy.
You're fucking the ops.
Fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, you!
You have an ethical bone in your body, Davis.
And what bone haven't you had in yours, counselor?
That boy loves his mother. He wouldn't harm a strand of hair in a weave.
But he's doing well. I mean, he's playing that character.
They all can't be like Ice-T and play himself in 17 different shows.
Yeah, that's kind of a letdown. I'm sorry. Sorry you had to see that.
It's just cringe.
I'm a man. I'm sensitive. I need to feel loved. I need to be desired.
Of course they love it.
But
they love a sensitive ass till they need to do something. You know what I'm saying? They love all that. Till they need something done, like a tire change or something like that.
Can you change my tire, Pentecost?
He's got fired from CNN for saying that Nikki Haley wasn't in her prime, which they felt was misogyny, which I found was funny because he's also openly gay and very sassy. So it was like he was being overly masculine. Like, and that's why it was funny to me, because I didn't know that guys that played on that team would be considered like, you know, misogynists, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
It's called being messy.
You can't say misogyny without messy.
Bringing you the quote of the day, it's from Mike Tyson. I must say it authentically, okay?
Okay.
Mike Tyson has been quoted in saying, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Right.
Yep. Right. That's the truth.
And that's the quote.
I've been more of a man in tiny shorts in my life after I saw that training video. And that's the thing. Mike could walk into the mall with that outfit on and nobody would give him any shit.
No one. But no one ever gives him any shit, bro. He fucking, bro. He's
well, except for his ex-wife.
I am so emotionally strong that I don't believe traffic gets to me at all.
What are y'all doing? The light is green. It's green.
Oh my God, it's about time. It's about time. All I'm saying is there better be an accident up here when this is over with. What in the entire fuck? Move. Press the gas. Oh. Oh, this what we doing now? This what we doing now. If you make me miss this light, that's all I'm saying. I wonder how much time they give you for vehicular manslaughter. You think you can get any closer? Asshole.
Good evening, cowards. Rick Hubbard, 97 Spruce Lane. Nice to see a bunch of fat, ugly women. What?
Excuse you.
What?
No.
I'm speaking. They're fat, ugly women is what they are. Let's talk about it.
Oh my God.
And we wonder why children are retarded stupid today. We wonder why. We wonder why when we have these pathetic people here called teachers with the children's mind.
All right, well, I had to stop it there because he goes a little kind of haywire here. Hold on.
The opening, hello cowards. Homie came in with all guns blazing.
Coming in hot.
Excuse me, but I made sure to check all my chill at the door.
Right.
If you are a police officer and you're watching this show, if you're out there policing, and you're doing it right, good for you. But understand that when you stop somebody on that bullshit, you are ruining someone's life.
Yep.
What you're doing today, so you can meet your quota or whatever you got to do, is going to haunt them for years. So pick your battles.
Yeah, in the bed of the truck with some beer cans. Let's pop out with these guys.
What I'm saying is when they rolled up, it was just Big Boy.
Hey, why
and it was the other dude.
Eugene.
Right. That fat guy just leaning back like that, yo, when he just went back like, all right, I know what this is.
They ain't gonna shake me. They ain't gonna shake me loose.
No, I ain't going back.
Talk is cheap, so show me that you understand.
I have a lot of faith in the fact that music in its authenticity is gonna make a nice move in the next few years. I think we've oversaturated the market with the ratchetness and the bullshit, and to have a breath of fresh air like this girl come in and she's doing like music and she's still fresh in the game. So that means that people are gonna see her as the role model. You know what I'm saying? And follow that as an example in the Afrobeat. I'm telling you, she's bad, y'all.
I hope that the trend somehow leans back to the I need a throat lozenge vocals, like David Ruffin. Like,
exactly. But that's
in my mind, like I want to hear that.
Yeah, but ain't nobody in love like that no more. They tore
nobody has the patience to be in love no more.
I recently was trying to apply for something and I had to do a background check. And do you know they brought up a 20-something-year-old charge that I didn't go to jail for nothing. It was like a probation before judgment or something. And it was over 20 years old. That means before I became a dad multiple times, before I became a grandfather, any of those things I've done in the last couple of decades, this thing happened. And somebody literally blanket disqualified me for that thing.
All right, we got to call that somebody was out here feeding the cats and stuff like that. So
y'all have 3 cop cars because I'm feeding cats.
No, we always do this. It's fine.
It's unbelievable.
Come back, when we catch you out here, you go to jail for criminal trespass third.
This is public property.
City property. Yeah, and the city does not want anybody feeding the animals around here. Don't be around here trapping them anymore. Okay.
So nonetheless, that lady went to jail for trespassing.
On city property?
Well, it was a public park, and apparently she had set some traps to trap some stray cats that were out there.
She
And
got arrested for trapping pussy in public.
Look, okay.
All right.
All right. There's gotta be a point where you have to understand certain things are generation. It just is what it is. Like when Biden says something like, he's addressing the American people and he goes to sleep or walks the wrong way. He's 80 years old. We're not out here hate criming anyone. We're just telling you what we're not.
No, I'm not joking.
Chapelle,
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of another purge of the BS, sanctioned by the First Amendment. Frustration levels 0 to 100 have been authorized for use during this purge. All weapons are restricted. Government officials have not been granted immunity from the purge of the BS and shall undoubtedly receive the smoke. Commencing at the sound of the gong, any and all BS, especially unnecessary goofiness, will be purged without consequence. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be available, but they will be busy because they too will be watching the purge of the BS. Blessed be those who have already been victims of some BS. May God be with you all.
Hold on, I believe we are live for another purge of the BS. Thank y'all for jumping in the chat early. Hope you subscribe so you can talk to me. We got a couple of things to cover real quick. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe. If it's your first time on here, I hope you heard the disclaimer because I'm not going to say it again. But to all of the folks that's been with us from day one, thank you so much for helping the channel grow. Fighting against the algorithm each and every week right here on YouTube and X at this point. I think we're on X right now. And I think TikTok. Who knows? We're just broadcasting. Let me make sure my chat is ready to go here. See my man Al, straight out of Edgewood, already in the chat. Purple Groovy in the chat. I am Z in the room already. Okay, let's get this thing going, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Frustrated with y'all, man. Some of y'all, not the one that's watching. Y'all are great. Everybody that's watching the show, y'all are awesome, okay? But I'm going to talk about some folks today. And it is what it is. I might get in trouble. I might not. At this point, who cares? You got to say what you got to say. You got to show them you got your freedom. You know what I'm saying? So nonetheless, guys, I'm going to step into this room here. For those who came and enjoyed the shorts, make sure you check out the shorts playlist. There's about 500-600 shorts on there. You can go get your fill. For anybody that's, my early bloomers. So, as you guys know, there was a recent situation, a congressional, not hearing, but a address that the recently elected president gave. And, kind of went over his little plan, right? And it didn't go over well. And we're going to definitely have to have a discussion about that. So I'm giving my people a second to get in here because, like I said, I don't want to have to go through this again with y'all. Okay? We're gonna see this. We're gonna address it. We got 24 hours to lament or whatever we're gonna do. And then we move into the next thing. That's how the whole media cycle works. Okay. So the first, you know how I get down. I gotta moisten the palate first. Pause. Gotta moisten the palate first before we dig all the way in. Additional pause. I see you in there, Z. Hold on, let me get the chat is moving slow. So if the chat is moving slow, don't take it personal. I'll see it when I see it. Best way to do it, of course, is to send a super chat because that comes up on the thing where I can actually see it. But anybody else, thank you for subscribing and jumping in the chat here at Purge the BS. So we're going to start off this episode, as we did our last episode, going over some of the worst jobs, right? Because people were complaining about jobs, right? And there's some jobs out here that folks just really don't know. I mean, I know they understand that they're jobs, but sometimes you got to get the job description from the person that's actually doing the job. And so I'm going to show you guys a job today that we're going to call a Brazilianaire, okay? We're going to go with the Brazilianaire as our worst job of this episode. I don't know how many of these worst jobs I can come up with, but as they come, I'll drop them off to you. Pause. All right? So check this joint out. All right, you guys can see it. So this lady is a Brazilianaire, and you'll understand as we go forward here. Oh, looks like I need some light. I'll get that going.
Today I had a client that sharted while I was doing her butt strip during her wax. And you may be wondering, why are you telling TikTok
came in hot.
Like that's so embarrassing for her? Well, it is how she handled it after she sharted while I was waxing her. So like I said, when we're doing the wax, I tell her go knees to chest. We're vibing, we're talking, we're laughing. She goes knees to chest. While we're talking and laughing, she laughs a little hard and she lets one out.
You know,
this is
stop
not
telling
the first
jokes
time
while
this
you're doing
happened to
that
me,
job.
So I'm just laughing. She's laughing. Good little kiki, whatever. I go to grab more wax from my pot. I turn back around and I see streaks on my table paper. Now, already I'm feeling as if you shart on yourself, I feel like you would know that you did that, but maybe she didn't feel it. So I'm like, hey girl, and I'm pointing down to the paper and I'm trying not to gag because I'm pregnant.
You got a little something down there.
I have a very weak stomach. Like I'm trying not to gag just thinking about it. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. Just go to the restroom, clean yourself up,
Take care of
clothes on. It's cool. When I told her to put her clothes on, do y'all know this girl asked me, was I not gonna finish? Mind you, the butt strip is the last part. Like, you're pretty much done after your butt strip. So I technically am done, but the audacity to ask, am I gonna finish after you just sharted on yourself is it's just diabolical. I don't have anything in my suite to where that situation could happen.
Now, I'm just saying, I'm just gonna pause there for 1 second. I'm gonna let her finish her last minute, but this seems like a work hazard that should kind of go along with doing butt strips. I mean, there's always a chance of a blowout or something going wrong when you're doing butt strips. You know what I'm saying? And I just be wondering, like, you know, I just wonder sometimes, like, what is the interview process for the butt stripper? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you comfortable with stripping ass daily for 6 to 8 hours with the possibility of someone laughing and farting in your face? I don't know. I don't think I'd want to do that. But this lady apparently is really good at it. So good that she gets her I guess her clients so relaxed and so, you know, gut busting laughing over here that they're crapping all over her table. That's the literal term, funny as shit. This woman is funny as shit. Whatever she is saying to people is that hilarious. So, I don't know. I just think that as a butt stripper, you might kind of, she seems to be like surprised that somebody farted or sharted or anything like that, as if that wasn't something that could possibly happen when you're right there at the volcano's eye. Eruptions could happen. You don't know what they had to eat or drink earlier. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes, depending on what kind of things they do in their own time, things can just slide right on out. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take those things into consideration when you accept these positions. I'll let her continue.
And someone could go clean them. I'm just not doing it. I'm sorry. I can't. My stomach is already turned. We're gonna have to try again a different time. Do y'all know sister girl? She's like, well, I don't feel like I should have to pay you because you didn't finish my service. And I just stood there because I'm like, you're kidding, right? Like, Ashton Kutcher, come out. I'm getting punked. But no, she was dead serious. She did not want to pay me. Like, literally.
She shitted on you literally.
She was not paying me.
Yeah, she's shitting on you literally. I get it.
Now, if she would have caught me some months ago before I was pregnant, I would have locked her in. And we would have just had to rumble it out. But I'm thinking of my unborn, so can't do that. But I do have a platform on TikTok, so Cheyenne. You still owe me a balance for doing your wax. I tried to charge your card. It didn't go through, obviously.
The card didn't go through?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Now TikTok knows you sharted on yourself during your appointment.
Now, here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna take the backside on this, all right? You gotta finish the job if you're expecting to be paid for the job. The fact that the woman sharted on your table, I mean, what's the paper for if not for sharts, right? Isn't there paper? There's paper on the table. It's there for something. She was given the paper purpose, in my opinion, okay? She gave the paper purpose by sharding. But I don't think the woman should be entitled to full payment if she still left a, butt strip on there. The point with the service is to remove the booty hair and the crack hair. You know what I'm saying? So if that service wasn't completed, I don't see why she was expecting full payment. I mean, she got some shit up out of her, but it wasn't that money. It was a real shitty deal, right, Purple Groovy? I see you in the chat. It was a really shitty deal. But me personally, I don't know. Am I wrong for saying that, maybe she should have got like half the payment? Maybe half. I mean, I don't know how much butt stripping she did previous to the shart. I need more context in order to truly understand what payment this woman should have been allotted in this situation. Okay? Yo, Al Bond in the chat. Yo, y'all are crazy, man. The paper's only there for shits and giggles. Literally, bro. Literally. You get the boom for that one. She got the boom. Okay. So I don't know. I've never personally had my butt stripped, okay? I don't plan on doing it either. So I don't really know how I would feel in this situation, or if I probably would pay the lady, because if you got to deal with cleaning up my shit, like after the fact, that's a job in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. I thought that's a pretty shitty job, though. Since we're going with this shitty job thing, it seems to be a trend, because everybody's talking about the workforce. And me personally, I'm like, well, there's a lot of jobs out there that people just really don't want. They think they want. Like, you think you want to be down around coochies and stripping stuff all day. You don't want to see that. When you get some, Big Bertha type to come up in there, I need all this gone. No, you're not going to want that no more. You're not going to want that. You are not going to want that. So, hold on a second. Let me see what we got here. Oh, we're going to jump right into it? What is this? Oh, no, not that one. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh, shoot. Number one, wash and dry. I don't know. Let's see what this is. Number one, wash and dry is the clip title, or at least the link title. Number one, wash and dry. Sounds dangerous. It's harmless and dangerous at the same time. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. All right, look. If you got a weak stomach, you don't want to see this next one. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. I give y'all 3 seconds to remove yourself, or at least turn around, do whatever. You got 3 seconds, okay? All right. Don't say I didn't warn you. All right, so there's a gentleman in the middle of the street taking care of some cleanliness issues with a method that I have never seen before, and you guys will now have to see and never be able to forget. Welcome to Purge of the BS. I can't, yo. I can't. No. Nope. Yo. All right, hold on. I can't even leave that shit up like that. I can't. I just can't. I can't. I'm sorry for anybody that's enjoying that image. I just can't. I don't know. Number one wash and dry. See, that's how they get you with the titles. A number one wash and dry. It sounds like something that you order at the laundromat or something, or the cleaners. It's like a menu item. Nope. It was literally a guy peeing on himself and wiping his booty with the pee. I don't know what the point was. I don't know why he had to do it in the middle of the street. There's so many questions here. So many questions. I don't know, guys. If anybody that saw that, I know some of y'all probably got an ad around then because it had that Bobby McFerrin playing. And that's how YouTube likes to do. They love to throw an ad in when they hear something like that. But guys, this is a some third world type of country or something. Or maybe it's downtown Atlanta. I don't know. All I'm saying is, I don't understand the, yes, he's peeing in his hand and wiping his butt. We get, that's what he's doing. And I'm past that now. Because the image is now embedded. Thank you, X, for that one. Number one wash and dry. Okay. I see what you did there. I can't with that though. I need a moment. I literally need a moment just to get past that. Guys, if that's where you live at, if that's how your situation is going, you definitely need to make some changes in your life. If you need to pee in your hand to wipe your butt, that is just, oh my God. Woo! Woo! Boy, that's serious, ain't it? That's a serious one. I don't even know what this is. This is an Instagram one? What is this one? I'm going to preview this real quick. Hold on. Oh, okay. This is a little tamer. We'll go with this, okay? I need something to Yo, Al's stupid, yo. He said his vote counts too. He doesn't even have to. I don't know where he is, but his vote would count here, at least up until recently. We'll see how that goes. So I need to go with the laughs real quick because we're about to get into our topic of the day. I think the algorithm has done something. There's a few people here. Make sure that you hit the like button when you come in. Share the stream. Let everybody know that we over here just having a good chat. Nothing to see here other than people talking. It's not conspiracy theory and violence and all that they keep hitting us with over here. It's freaking crazy, the kind of stuff that I got to respond to from these people. But anyway, this one apparently was people with weird laughs in the same place. Let me see how this goes. Hold on. Let me see what the look looks like. Oh, that's way too much, but okay. All right, we'll just watch this in, I guess, small form here because it's more about the audio, I would believe. So this is some weird laughs altogether. So let's have some laughs for a minute, and then we're going to get into our serious shit that needs to be purged today, okay? So y'all have a laugh with me here.
ידעתי. לא עכשיו, שנייה. זה אמיתי, רבותיי, זה הצחוק של האיש. לא, שנייה.
Yo, what the hell? So if y'all don't know, this isn't the monkey preserve at the zoo sound. This is people with weird laughs apparently in a place, and someone says some funny shit, and they're laughing, and it's causing this sound bite that you're hearing through. I mean, I don't know. Some of these laughs, I think they faking, but it's still funny. So we'll laugh at it.
Même à imiter, c'est impossible.
Yo, you sound like a dirt bike. Yo, I'm sorry, guys. I had to. Okay, I had to soften the palate first before we got into our more serious stuff. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. I'm okay with that one. All right. Thank you for. I forgot who sent me that clip. That's a good one. Anyway. All right, guys. Let me calm it down here. Bring my thing over. All right. I think y'all are ready. Y'all ready? Let me get a thumbs up in the chat if y'all are ready to get into our main topic of this particular purge of the BS. I need a thumbs up in the chat. First one to the spot, let me know where it's at. Because this is where the rubber meets the damn road. So let me bring this on up, man. Let me bring this on up. All right. I'm not going to revisit the clip itself of the congressional speech. I'm not going to do that because it happened 2 days ago and we're dealing with the aftermath right now of what looked to be a pretty heartless kind of situation going on. So I'm going to start this segment out by
Hello, everybody.
Carolyn Levitt with her response to what we saw the other night. And for those that didn't see it, because a lot of people don't watch this kind of shit, Trump gave his speech, not quite a State of the Union, but sort of that, to both sides of the people, you know, the Democrats and the Republicans. And there were a lot of points to be made. And I'm used to seeing, you know, one side stand or not stand for the other side because of certain things that they don't really agree with. But there were some situations within it which I'm going to believe that they were purposely put there to give people a reason to say that another group was really bad. And it put that other group in the spotlight, in the hot seat, and forced them to make a decision on optics right then and there at that time. The Democrats decided to basically sit down for everything, including a number of very interesting situations. And I, just watching as a person looking at people, had an issue with that. It's not because of party affiliation. It's part of just, all right, we ain't got to run the aisles, but certain things you can do a fucking golf clap for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be that way, you know? So I'm going to let Caroline Levitt, since she is the White House person, I'll let her say what their response is to it. Then we'll have a discussion as one of the representatives, Al Green, makes his response to how he felt about it. Like I said, I'm going to get both sides' response to what happened, and then we're going to have a discussion about it, okay? So appreciate you guys for standing with me on this, because it has to be discussed as to what we was talking, or what we really saw. So here we go.
How are we? I apologize for my tardiness. It's quite the newsy day, and I was with the president talking about that news, so I look forward to taking your questions on it. But first, I want to talk about President Trump's historic and incredible speech last night.
This is not
the American people and the entire world watched President Trump powerfully lay out how he's renewing the American dream in a record-breaking joint address to Congress. And Americans loved what they heard.
It was a shorter clip.
According to a CBS YouGov survey, an overwhelming 76% of those watching approved of President Trump's speech last night. The president spoke about how he's taken more than 400 executive actions on his key promises. The expectations were high, and President Trump is exceeding them. According to brand new polling from the Daily Mail, President Trump has never been more popular as his approval ratings are reaching historic highs. More Americans believe America is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. Everyday Americans love this president because he tells it like it is, no matter what, and he did that last night. President Trump level set with the American people on the economy and exposed how badly Joe Biden screwed it up by causing the worst inflation crisis in 4 decades. President Trump was honest about where we are while making clear that help is on the way. As the president declared last night, he will make America affordable again. Last night, you also saw who motivates the president to work so hard. Everyday Americans, who President Trump shined a spotlight on last night in his speech. From Mark Fogel, who President Trump was finally able to reunite with his family and his beautiful 95-year-old mother after being detained in Russia, to Peyton McNabb, whose heart-wrenching story motivated President Trump to end men in women's sports. And to Allison and Lauren Phillips, the mother and daughter and sister of Laken Riley, who President Trump honored by signing the Laken Riley Act to ensure her name will live on forever. In other amazing and surprise moments, President Trump honored the life of Jocelyn Ungray, who was brutally murdered by illegal alien gang members. He ensured Jocelyn will never be forgotten by renaming a national wildlife refuge in her home state of Texas to honor her life. And in one of the greatest surprise moments of the night, DJ Daniel, an incredible 13-year-old boy who is beating brain cancer, saw his dreams fulfilled by President Trump when he was made an honorary Secret Service agent. And finally, after nearly 4 years, President Trump delivered justice for the families of the 13 American heroes who were killed at Abbey Gate in the Biden-botched Afghanistan withdrawal, which was one of the worst humiliations in the history of our country.
All right, just real quick for those in the chat, there's a poll up there. If anybody did see Trump's speech, there's a quick poll in there. I just want to get y'all's feelings on it. But the stuff that she just read off seems pretty universally, like, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those kind of things. So I'm inclined to say that this might get a little out of line because so far, yeah, I see that, yeah, all right. They always do stuff like that at those things. They always present somebody with something and, you know, but normally I believe that people will at least applaud. Like I said, they can do the little, you know, they ain't got to run the aisles on them, but anyway.
President Trump announced that we have detained Mohammed Sharifullah, the monster who was responsible for that horrific attack, and he was delivered to Dulles Airfield earlier this morning. On his first day in office, President Trump's national security team across the federal government prioritized intelligence gathering to locate this evil individual. President Trump's team shared intelligence with regional partners such as Pakistan, who helped identify this monster in the borderland area late last month. Mohammed confessed to his crimes related to Abbey Gate and other attacks in Russia and Iran as well to the Pakistanis. And U.S. law enforcement officers traveled to Pakistan over the weekend where he again confessed his crimes to the FBI. As President Trump said last night, this killer will now face the swift sword of American justice for these atrocities right here on United States soil. Joe Biden was responsible for this botched withdrawal, and he had 3 years to find this evil terrorist, and he didn't even try to get the job done. But President Trump campaigned on behalf of and grew very close to the Gold Star families. He promised them accountability, and last night, he kept his promise. He spoke to those Gold Star families yesterday, ahead of his speech, in an incredibly heartwarming call to share this incredible news. And as President Trump asked in his speech last night, how could anyone possibly be opposed to any of this action that he is taking? Well, apparently, the modern-day Democrat Party could.
Here we go.
The behavior of Democrats last night was completely disgraceful and demonstrated how severely out of touch they are with the American public. It was the most shameful moment in the history of presidential addresses in that beautiful chamber. And what was supposed to be a unifying moment for our—
All right, I'm going to pause it right there because now she's getting into the thick of things. I want to make sure everybody is on the same wavelength here. This is Purge of the BS. There's plenty of people, including myself, that have issues with things about and for Trump. This is not about that. This is about cancer babies, hostages. What else was he talking about? Families that the Lake and Riley people, the guy's family that got, unalived in the assassination attempt. None of those things are Trump, if that makes sense to y'all. So him as a person doesn't change the fact that somebody lost their child. And I, as a person in the world who's lost children, can identify and empathize with that part of it, whether or not I like Trump. So we got to think bigger, folks. I get that we don't like certain people and certain things, but this is not that we're talking about. If we have that show, I promise it'll be a whole different discussion, but that's not what we're here to talk about, okay? So I'm going to let her finish up, but I want us to, let's be objective here, okay? Let's be real about all of that. If a person I don't like does something nice for a person, I could still say, look, I don't like that dude, but that was nice. You see what I'm saying? That was nice to do. I still think he's an asshole, but that act wasn't a negative act. It was a good act. So that's what I want y'all to remember. We're not talking about Trump right now. We're talking about the desensitization of us as people. You know what I'm saying?
Our country. Democrat members of Congress instead screamed at the President of the United States, who was just overwhelmingly reelected by their constituents, walked out of the chamber, and worst of all, they disrespected the American people. Democrats didn't stand to keep men out of women's sports. They couldn't even clap for a girl who got her head smashed in by a man on a volleyball court. Democrats didn't stand for an innocent and beautiful child who is surviving brain cancer. They opposed eliminating taxes on tips and Social Security. They didn't stand in favor of cutting taxes for hardworking Americans. They couldn't even clap for two mothers whose daughters were killed by illegal aliens. One of the only things that could get Democrat mainstream media still doesn't get it. Last night, MSNBC's Nicole Wallace disgustingly looped in a 13-year-old boy with brain cancer into an attack on the president over January 6th. And CNN's first chyron out of the speech called it divisive. President Trump wasn't divisive. The Democrats were. And CNN was proven wrong by their own viewers, 69% of whom, in a post-speech poll, said they had a positive reaction to the president's speech. It's sad and frankly pathetic that Democrats and liberals in the legacy media continue to allow their hatred for the president to override their love for our country. But nevertheless, the president will continue to unify this nation through policies that are grounded in common sense and that uplift all Americans. We have an individual in our new media seat today, Margaret.
All right, so I'm just going to take a quick moment to just say I think that she delivered her message well as to how she felt. I believe that the topics that she did cover in that message were valid. I believe personally, and I'm not talking about anybody else, I believe personally that we should have unifying topics that we can all agree on. That's how this whole thing works. There's things that we disagree on, and there's things that we do agree on, and the things that we do agree on, we meet in the middle on that, and we start there. So, hold up. Let me make sure it did this thing here. It said I disconnected. Are y'all still there? Uh-oh. Here we go with YouTube again. Anyway. So, Caroline Leavitt, like I said, she delivered a message basically saying that what she felt, or what the point of whatever he was saying, that President Trump was saying, was supposed to be unifying in nature because of those concepts. And to me, it was a setup in a way. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but I got to let Al Green do his rebuttal to what she's talking about, because he was the one that got kicked out. So we're going to see what that clip says, because I did get that one too. So let's see what we got here. Purple Groovy, thanks for the thumbs up in the chat. Yeah, I don't know what the YouTube thing is telling me I'm disconnected right now, but if I could tell you the stories about what I'm dealing with these folks, I don't know what it is. I don't have no million scribs or nothing. They be on some stuff with me. They do not want me to be great out this joint. But y'all do. That's why we keep doing
Welcome back to CBS News 24/7.
Right,
Turning our monitors now to Capitol Hill. The dust just settling today after President Trump delivered his joint address to a deeply divided Congress. His bipartisan message well received by Republicans. However, Democrats took the opportunity to voice their strong opposition to the president's agenda. Lawmakers held signs that read, "Musk steals, save Medicaid," and lies. Other Democrats wore T-shirts saying, "No kings here." A handful of lawmakers walked out in protest shortly after Trump started speaking. But maybe the biggest moment of the protest came from Texas Congressman Al Green. Green shouted at the president during his speech, raising his cane in Trump's direction. Republicans across the aisle quickly addressed the interruption with USA chants. Sergeants quickly removed the congressman from the chambers. Green clarified his decision to our Nicole Killian just moments ago. Take a listen.
I did it from my heart, and I will suffer whatever the consequences are. But truthfully, I would do it again. I believe that on some issues that impact one's conscience, it is better to stand alone than not stand at all.
Hold on one second now. He said some issues, but he didn't even get 5 minutes into the speech. He was, from what I saw, he was like, this was right at the beginning part. He basically got kicked out before even being really part of the event. A bunch of people were getting kicked out. And I keep saying, how can you be upset at the result of a conversation and decision if you're not even there for the conversation, man? I get it. Y'all want to protest shit, but that's not your spot, bro. You got elected to be in a different spot, not out front. Not out front of the building. In the building. Taking care of the shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I'm sure he felt it was noble and he had his little cane and all that, but that's not where we need you, man. For those that voted for him, I'm telling you, that's not where they need you, bro. They need you in the chambers, listening, discussing, debating, voting, doing that shit that y'all supposed to be doing down there. Stop with the going in front of the building, folks. That shit is bullshit, man. We talk about people that make a 6-figure salary and they're acting a damn fool. For what? For what? How you going to do anything, especially not that night? We're not voting on shit tonight. Let's see what he talking about. Anyway, I'm sorry. The way he said, like I was doing all it, who told you to do that? You see what I'm saying? Who told him? Did anybody tell you to do that? Or did you just say, I don't want to be here anyway, so I'm going to act a fool so I can go viral so they can talk to me afterwards and ask me why I did it and I can try to say some cool shit to get people to be on my side about it. That's what it sounds like to me. Because I'm not with that shit. I'm going to be honest with you. I saw that clip and it's like, bro, sit down. Like, we can't even hear what you're saying. So you're just making a ruckus just for the sake of ruckus making, which to me is called ignorance, which makes you a nigga. And I don't want no niggas up in Congress like that, acting a fucking fool. Sorry, man. That shit really pissed me off. Like, you too early, bro. Listen first so that we can have a real discussion. You out in the hallway right now. You got to watch the replay. That was goofy, man. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's
We're
an
also
opinion.
hearing from House Minority Leader
opinion.
Hakeem Jeffries. He slammed Republicans and their role in carrying out the Trump agenda. Take a listen to that.
Last night, Donald Trump delivered one of the most divisive.
Oh, hold on a second. I gotta address Tammy in the chat. Thank you for stopping in. Tammy, just a real quick one. You are 100% correct. Nobody told Marjorie Taylor Greene to stop, and nobody told Lauren Boebert to stop when she was doing the goofy shit. And let me say this, they should have, but they didn't. But when the time came, somebody asked for decorum like they do in the congressional hearings all the time, they got to do it. You see what I'm saying? There's a process to it. The fact that they didn't do it, I can identify, yes, that's correct. They didn't do that. They didn't ask them to leave. They didn't say, bring decorum. They didn't ask the sergeant at arms and all that shit that I saw them do with Al Green. But the point is, they could have, and they just didn't. So are we going to harp on that? Or are we going to say next time, don't do it, and if they do it, do the same thing to them? But we can still address the current situation and identify that, yeah, they missed the ball on that one. So that's why they made sure that they didn't on this one. So that doesn't make him right because they didn't do it before. You're not supposed to be doing all that. They asked for order, and we're supposed to follow policy. These are supposed to be our elite folks who follow these things and live in politics. So when they start banging gavels and shit, it's time to calm down. Or you will be removed. That's just the way that goes. So if they didn't tell MTG to do that, that's on them. That doesn't mean they couldn't do it. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that they did it was because they could do it, and they should have done it because it was disturbing. He wasn't there to make a political statement. He was just there to cause ruckus, just cause disturbance. A disturbance without a goal, to me, just seems like chaos. And chaos is annoying to me because it's all over the place, and it's like you can't figure out where to start. So let me go ahead and let Hakeem Jeffries finish saying what he's going to say, because everybody's angry. But the point I'm getting back to the other point of the fact that I think we've become totally desensitized to the shit that we're supposed to actually feel. Okay? So let's let Hakeem, who probably will be the next one they put up to try to get him elected. He's a light-skinned dude. He talks well. They'll probably try him next. We'll see.
Speeches made by a president in American history.
Okay, here we go with this shit.
Republicans aren't trying to bring the country together. They are tearing us apart. Republicans aren't trying to move America forward. They want to turn back the clock.
Now, CBS News congressional correspondent Torian Small joins us now to break down last night for us. Nicole hinted at some disagreement from Democrats, Torian, about how they should have approached last night.
Real quick, Torian, you're black and you got like dreadlocks and stuff. You're not supposed to be allowed in the White House with all of them racist Nazis in there. Who let him in the building?
Nice address. What are we hearing today and how the party moves forward from this?
Well, it's clear that they're sticking with their messaging. They've been largely ineffective in stymieing any of the legislative priorities of the Republican Congress here, led by the direction of Donald Trump. So they're making it clear that over the next 2 years, right before the midterms, they're going to focus on spotlighting what Donald Trump has done in office and really underscoring the impact, the real-world impact that has on Americans, which is why we saw quite a few of them invite federal workers who have been fired to the Hill to be a part of the speech, to listen to the speech as their special guests. Whether or not they have reservations or any regrets about how they approached last night's speech is still to be determined. Leader Jeffries didn't comment on that, saying that he's moving forward with his party on how to effectively combat the president's influence and impact so far.
And Torian, lawmakers today also mourning the loss of Texas Congressman Sylvester Turner. Turner died after attending last night's presidential address. And Congressman Al Green also had this to say about Turner to our Nicole Killian just moments ago.
They were like, he died after going there. God, they just put the death of the guy on Trump. Yo. Jesus, man. Do y'all see this shit? This cinema is amazing how they do it. The spin is almost hypnotic and how quickly something can change. But I'm just telling you right now, in this, because this is a super oppressed, racist world in America right now, right? Totally against anything diverse or whatever. Why am I staring at a full-blown black dude on my screen right now? Standing in the same White House that you say he's not supposed to be allowed in. It doesn't make sense. So yes, we can talk the talk, but what's really going on? I said this the other day in my podcast. I cannot feel like an oppressed citizen when I can broadcast to 10 to 20,000 people any day I fucking feel like it. Across satellites and internet that all white people have. There ain't no whites only internet. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, there are social issues in a lot of demographics. But to just be on some everything is all race and this and that, it's stupid. This guy's good. You see this news guy? Did you hear him speak? Did he sound like an ignorant motherfucker off the corner? No. He sounded like he went to speech class, got decent grades, and figured out how to get himself in the White House and on the news. So to somebody, that should be an inspiration. But instead, we want everybody to believe that they're so fucking oppressed. What is that about? The Oppression Olympics is a dumbass race to run. It gets no winner at the end. Because at the end of it, they're going to cancel everything like they just did and tell you you're going to just have to be the best at what you at. And if there's a little bit of discrimination going on, you might have to get with some strong people in your same race like a lot of them other races do and build your own shit. You might have to. But that I'm sick of that shit. Everybody's talking about Nazis and all. Why is he in the White House then? Why is this guy there? Why can they send him there? Why is he in the Oval Office during the interviews? So you can say it's for optics or whatever, but I'm going to tell you what, when people stand on some goofy shit, they stand on it. So that's not what it is. Even if Trump truly feels like that, he can't even present like that because this Negro is standing in the White House right now with a press pass that doesn't say black or white on it. It just says press on the bitch. Serious, man. So he's in there doing his job. He's reporting the damn news. He's in the space that he's hired to be in, which is reporting. And he's doing what he's supposed to do, and he's probably pretty damn good at it because he's on CBS. I don't even know who this guy is, but what I'm saying is, you're not going to tell me that that's what's going on down there. Meanwhile, I'm looking at this dude with dreadlocks and shit in the White House. In the White House. Not in front of it, standing around and interviewing the people in the street talking shit. No, he's in there, in the same rooms. If they thought he was a danger to the president, don't you think they wouldn't let him in there? If all black people are savages and they got to be deported and shit? No. Come on, y'all. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. We got to wake up to this shit. It ain't all that, is all I'm saying. Not saying that there's nobody with twisted and dumbass thoughts in America, but what I'm saying is, for a lot of us, that's not an unstoppable, that's not some shit we can't overcome. It's not an obstacle that we cannot get around. Just like this guy. You think they didn't want him to cut his hair down and probably get a low-cut fade and shit? But he said, fuck that. I can talk like him and I can walk like him. And I like my dreadlocks. So here I am at the White House presenting the news. This wasn't even what I came in to talk about. But somebody said something in the chat, I forgot what it was, about all this oppression and racism and all that kind of shit. Man, y'all need to get off of that right now. Because it ain't got us nowhere. But talking about it. Not saying it don't exist. What I'm saying is, you can't say ain't no opportunity either. On the flip side of it. The opportunity that Al Green has is to be in Congress, having the discussions, making the decisions that a lot of us can't make. So we don't need him making a bunch of fucking noise and ending up out in front of the building. Whether he has a point or not to how he feels. The forum that we need you to stay in, you're getting kicked out of. You see my point, right? So, hey, you can congratulate him for having something and standing on it. But you know what? If that's how you felt, then why go down there in the first place? You just want to make a damn spectacle of yourself. And you made people look bad. So then the Democrats now got to come back and they got to do a whole bunch of like revamping of the party. They're sitting there with paddles up, talking about things are lies when we're talking about cancer babies, yo. And some of y'all can't get past it. I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't believe it till today. This morning, I was today years old when I actually believed that the term Trump derangement syndrome is a real fucking thing. I always just was like, nah, people are just people, and some stuff people just don't like, and it is what it is, right? But when folks are talking shit about the cancer baby, oh, he just did that because he want people to like him. Well, you can't, but is that not nice? Screw the optics. We can still say, yeah, that was nice. I don't like the guy. I don't like him. But that was nice to do. Why can't y'all be like this? I just don't get it. Why does everything have to be, just because it's fucking Trump, it's got to be bad. Reminds me of my ex-wife. No matter how much good you do, even if you're trying to be nice to the community and shit, it's nothing you can do to make these motherfuckers happy. You can't. You ain't got to stand for everything, but I'm talking about the golf clap. That's all I'm saying, for the cancer baby. And like I said, that one was, I'm not saying anything else didn't resonate, but that one in particular, I was like, yo, nobody would be mad at the Democrats for clapping for the cancer baby, right? Nobody would have been mad at the Democrats for clapping at the cancer baby. That's what I think. But this is the truth. The truth is, some of y'all would have been mad at the Democrats for clapping for the cancer baby. And that's why they didn't do it, because they think that's what y'all want. You seeing where I'm going with this, right? They didn't do that shit because they thought it was cool. They did it because they really think this is what some people want. And ain't nobody saying to them, yo, clap for the cancer baby, yo. Golf clap it, bro. Take your little bingo signs down for a hot second and clap for the cancer baby. Nobody can say that, so everybody's just on either it was disgusting or he shouldn't have had the baby in there because we can't hate him like we want to because he got the baby in there. That's the dumbest shit ever. Y'all, come on. So forget that it's Trump. Clap for the cancer baby. Okay? The next time you have an opportunity like that, and I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody would have been upset that the Democrats, if you're a Democratic Party affiliate person, if you're one of those actual people that lines up with everything the party does, and the party would have clapped, golf clap, the soft one, for that little cancer baby getting to be in the Secret Service, and y'all were mad at them after the fact, then y'all ain't shit for that. If you would have held it against them for doing it, then you ain't shit for that. You exactly what the problem is. That is the desensitization of America right there in full form. Because they thought that y'all would think less of them if they clapped for the cancer baby. So that's why they didn't clap for the cancer baby. Because they felt like if they did so, y'all would say that they were grifting or that they were doing this, and that. And so I don't just blame the Congress people. They're doing what they think their side wants them to do. And I think that side needs to be real about some shit. Clap for the cancer baby, yo. Why would y'all have your actual congressional members thinking that y'all would have been offended if they clapped for the cancer baby? That's what they thought. That's what the whole thing was about. It wasn't that nobody felt that shit. There was humans in the room. But it wasn't that. It was literally they worried about how y'all gonna feel if they clap for some shit that Trump said, even if it's the cancer baby. That's sick, yo. That's sick. That's some bullshit that has to be purged. Y'all need to stop that shit, man. And I'm not just talking about the people that was in Congress. Like I said, that's influence. If they thought that was gonna lose their constituents, they wouldn't do it. So that means that people are actually feeding into that shit, and some of y'all out there that may or may not be watching this show would have been mad if they would have clapped for the cancer baby. What is wrong with y'all? We're not going to get into communism right now. We're talking about the damn cancer baby. See, you see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying, right? That's called deflection. I don't want to hear that shit right now. Can we at least agree that the cancer baby could have got a clap from the Democrats and people wouldn't have been mad about it? Can we start there? You taking me way out into communism and shit. Nigga, I got to go to work later. I'm not worried about that shit, at least not today. You understand what I'm saying? What I am worried about is the fact that a whole bunch of people thought we, as the American people, would have been upset with them if they clapped for the cancer baby just because they weren't on the same political side as the person who was giving the speech. There is something sick with that. And the fact that y'all keep trying to take me away from that is showing me the problem. Y'all desensitized, yo. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing but the damn cancer baby right now. And y'all talking about socialism and fascism and all this other shit that has nothing to do with whether or not somebody can do a soft golf clap for the damn cancer baby. And I'm not trying to come down too hard on y'all, but we got to snap out of this kind of shit, y'all. That's dumb to me. Feel how you feel about Trump. I'm with you. You get it? But I'm a fucking human first, man. Before all of this party affiliation shit y'all trying to drag my ass into, I told you I ain't on no side. I'm on the side of the humans. I'm on the side of the kids, yo. And my grandchildren and those people. So if that was my granddaughter, I would not be upset if the Democrats would have clapped for my grandson or my granddaughter being honored at the damn presidential thing. So can we reel it back in, y'all? I know y'all want to have some weird out conversation and we want to talk about how everybody's racist and all that. I ain't with that, man. I'm not. That shit was a very isolated incident, and anybody could have snapped into reality and said, well, you know what, I'm going to give it up for the cancer baby. Just fucking cancer baby. You know what I'm saying? And you can't even hold up to the standard of what I just did? Not even that. Would have been acceptable or should have been expected? We sick, yo. We sick. And there's no way around that shit. And we're not saying, see, like I said, we can talk about Ukraine when I talk about Ukraine, yo. That was the other day, 7th the sun. Or 7, I don't know. I don't know. You're in the chat, and I thank you for being here, first and foremost. Let me say that. But yes, we talked about Ukraine. I'm not talking about Ukraine right now. And this is what I'm trying to say is we have a humanistic thing that says, okay, I should feel a certain way about this situation, but I'm going to avoid the human side of it because of this other situation that really isn't related to the damn baby that had cancer. Ukrainian bombs didn't give him cancer. The American military didn't give him cancer. The money that the Americans are sending to Ukraine or not sending to Ukraine or whatever didn't have nothing to do with the damn cancer baby. So why are we connecting it? We're not even in government. We can't say, you know what? Congratulations to the cancer baby. And y'all are in my chat showing me this shit. You showing me this shit. I'm not asking for a pass, Donald J. Plump. Thank you for stopping in the chat, too. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. I'm glad you stopped back. I'm not asking for a pass for the other things. What I'm saying is that's not what the fuck we're talking about right now. And when we talk about that, because anybody that's been on this show knows, we're going to get to those things. But we are going to compartmentalize. I'm tired of y'all just saying everything's bad on one side or the other. It ain't that. There's good people on both sides, okay? And there's good ideas on both sides that if we could come in the middle and say, look, we need to talk about this shit, then maybe we could work it out. But if we literally are going to sit here and try to act like it would have been bad for Democrats to clap for the damn cancer baby, I can't believe y'all are really trying to say that to me. I thought I was going to come on here and y'all be like, yeah, the cancer baby, man, you got to make an exception for that. No, y'all are literally in here trying, well, what about the babies in Ukraine? I'm not saying that that's not happening. But what I am saying is, if they'd have played a video of Ukrainian kids getting bombed and blown the fuck up, I would have felt that. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of the sides, that's what y'all missing. And so we can do all of this back and forth about it, but the bottom line is this. If you personally feel like it would have been bad for the Democratic Party or anyone in there to do a soft-ass golf clap for the cancer baby, you are the problem. You're the reason why they're doing shit like that. Because they think that they're helping you and they're making you happy. And they're not making many people happy. You know that child has to remember that for the rest of his life. You think he's not going to always fucking vote Republican from now on? When if God allows him to make it to that age? He didn't deserve that. Why? Because y'all mad? What that got to do with the cancer baby is all I'm saying. We can talk about Ukraine. We can talk about COVID, but we're not talking about that right now. And that's why I'm saying, why are y'all doing that? Why are you doing that? So you're asking for a pass. That's what it sounds like, Donald J. Plump. You're saying these people should get a pass. What a pass means is your ass is wrong and we're just not going to talk about it. I'm not giving no passes. This is Purge the BS. So when you're wrong, we're going to talk about it. You see what I'm saying? This is not the pass channel, bro. It's as simple as that. If you think that them clapping for the cancer baby is a problem, then you the problem. That's all I'm saying. Disagree with me if you want. I don't want you around then if you can't even think that clapping for the cancer baby is a good thing. That's some heartless shit, man. Soft clap. I didn't say jump up and start screaming and hold. No, just a simple legs crossed in the background for the Lakin Rileys or whatever. They could have had the angry face and all of that, man. I'm just saying. And they only did that because people like some of y'all seem to think that that's the thing to fucking do. No, I don't care if it would have been Kamala Harris up there presenting with the same cancer baby. I would have said the same shit if it was on the other side. That's the point of this channel, yo. So nobody gets a pass over here. Nobody. And Donald J. Plump, you've been here before, man. You know nobody gets a pass over here. We talk about current events. You want to bring up old shit. Go be a lawyer, litigate that shit again, and see how far that gets you. So we're not going to keep talking about legal shit. We talk about what happened yesterday. So come into the present with me. And let's have this conversation. Because this can't continue, yo. It can't. And if we don't talk about it as of right now, then we'll be sitting here talking about passes for the rest of it. Fuck that. Nobody gets a pass. What are you talking about? This is the U.S. of A. Don't nobody get a pass around this joint unless they got a whole bunch of money. And even then, they don't get a pass in the public. Diddy don't get a pass in the public. A lot of these folks don't get a pass in the public. Yeah, you think they got a pass because they didn't go to jail, but their life is still screwed up. So nonetheless, let me get back to this shit. I'm going to let this finish out. It's still got 2 minutes left. But y'all took me on a route. I didn't think y'all was going to say that. I really thought my crew was going to say, yo, either way, I don't give a fuck. The cancer baby could have got a clap. That's what I thought y'all was going to say. But no. Nope. But y'all did not disappoint. So let's let them finish this up.
I found myself this morning having to cope with the loss of a friend.
Okay.
Sylvester Turner and I grew up in politics together. It's a great loss.
Were you with him at all last night? Because I know he was at the address. Was there anything unusual?
I didn't find anything unusual. We talked. He was on the floor.
That's crazy, though.
I introduced him to someone. I fell to my knees when I heard it this morning.
That is crazy.
I could not believe it, and I still have problems coping with it. He was a very dear friend, a great person, and it's a big loss. So I'm so sorry.
I swear to God, the fact that they try to say that after the attending that speech, the student died. Wow. Like they put it right there. They said Texas congressman attended President Trump's joint address, and just above it, Rep. Sylvester Turner dies at 70. So it's like they're literally trying to equate his attendance to that rally, or whatever we want to call it, to his death. That's a little sick. I'm just saying, if we don't have no type of like evidence, I mean, I get it. That's where he was at. That was the last place we saw him, but I don't know. That one, I see what they're trying to do there. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's a little funky. But I see where you guys are in the chat. I'm going to go into what our Democratic Party has decided to do as a response. Because it seems like, in a general sense from what I've seen, that a lot of people are in agreement with what I'm saying. That there are certain things that we'd be okay if the party lines were blurred and people clapped for. They did clap for Ukraine for some reason, but I mean, we can say what we want about that whole meeting with Trump the other day, but Zelensky coming to the table for a deal, so I mean, I guess it was a means justified the end kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just saying, wasn't that what we wanted? So if we got it, then I guess we got to take it as it is. But nonetheless, I was sent some additional footage. This is an interesting one. I got to bring it up for you. I'm going to let y'all take it all in. I'm sorry if I leaned on y'all too hard, anybody. But if you don't like the cancer baby and you don't think the cancer baby deserved at least a golf clap from everybody in that room who had arms and hands, then you are the problem. You too divisive. That's stupid. That's not what we're here for. We're here to bring things together, not that. So I'm gonna show y'all this other clip. Then I'm gonna get to the story that my man Tim Black did on Miss Crockett here. So you guys know who Jasmine Crockett is, right? She's been in the news a lot lately. And I'm going to bring this little clip over to you guys. Hold on a second. All right. So, nonetheless, they just did some weird meme thing, the Democrats, I guess, to try to get back some fans. I don't know, man. This whole thing is so goofy to me. But I'll play the clip for y'all. Is this what we want? This is what we want. I don't know. Hold up. I'm gonna let it go. So Jasmine Crockett she was in that video, and she's just been all over the damn place lately. Like, I just keep seeing her, and she's been doing these little videos and trying to go viral, and here we go.
Divide. I'm gonna get it on the flow. You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music. You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like
Now, with all due respect, it's a slick video. I'm gonna say that. I'm just trying to figure out what the point is. Is it? They said it's to help with getting with the I guess the crowd that was lost in the social media and all that came out and voted for Trump. They're trying to like redo it. And honestly, Jasmine Crockett's probably the only person that has enough, like, I hate to use the term swag, but like enough personality to even be somewhat interesting on the internet. Now, she says some dumb shit sometimes, don't get it wrong. But I'm saying, like, if she came on, people would actually listen to what she has to say. Now, some people would say they are listening just to hear the goofy shit, but people would tune in, is all I'm saying. So she's been in there in the news a lot lately. And so I'm going to take it over to my boy Tim Black's video, because he had a whole compilation of her shit that I thought y'all should see, because I hadn't seen all of this. I had just seen these little clips that y'all just saw. So let me
Welcome to the Jasmine Crockett Show.
Yeah, man. And she put this video out just before.
So that's my man Tim Black over here. If y'all can't even see him, he's not in the camera right now. This is Tim Black's show.
The same day of the
Shout out to Tim Black.
She got started early, man. She is really taking pages out of the Trump playbook, man.
And Tim Black will be guesting on the show in a couple of weeks, by the way. We'll be doing a live purge. So,
and just taking it to a whole new level. And that's what I'm saying, man. These people say they don't like Trump, but they love Trump, man. They all trying to promote like Trump. They all trying to like get their brand out there. Look at this. This is somebody who says, you know what? I see you, AOC, and I'll raise you some ratchetness. So you can't do it like I could do it. I'm going to throw some ratchet on it. Yeah.
He's spewing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we weren't going to sit for that shit. We wouldn't, you know.
Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I got people. I'm a commentator with a little YouTube platform, right? I got people. Tim Black, watch your language. Why? Your Congress people don't. You don't got a problem with your Congress people cursing in front of the whole country.
Uh-oh.
I'm cursing about a little YouTube channel.
Yep.
I got a swear jar. And you got Jasmine Crockett, Representative Jasmine Crockett, one of the most popular Congress people in America. What is she doing? I'm keeping it real. Real dumb. I would say she's setting black people back. But I don't want to put it aside. I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to say that. She's setting some black people back. You know what I'm saying?
He's spewing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we weren't going to sit for that shit. We wouldn't, you know.
This
we
is
showed him.
during
and if
the
he had
thing,
sense,
y'all.
then maybe we would have been about that life. But y'all know he ain't got no sense.
Hold up. This video was apparently, that Jasmine's doing was apparently done during that speech. Like, I guess they all left and they was in the back. This is what I'm saying. I don't need y'all in the back. I need y'all in there taking it all in. Pause. But yeah, I don't need y'all in the back shooting fucking Instagram videos. I don't know what is wrong with people. Why do y'all not see this? This is not where we need them. This is not where we need them. And y'all keep supporting this shit. Stop. It's going to make it worse. You do understand that, right? If they're not available for the conversation, they can't even vote on the shit, man. Stop telling them that this is what we want. We don't want y'all in the back room doing Instagram videos. We want y'all in the room. Anyway, go ahead, Tim Black. I'm sorry. I'm getting crazy.
It took a little bit of coordinating to do, for sure. We got some cool shirts.
Look at that.
She's
They're
selling
selling
merch.
merch. What I tell you?
My God.
Everybody talks like about
Right?
Trump, then
At the
everybody
same
trying to do what
time.
he's doing.
At the
Y'all
same
don't see
time.
that? Oh, it's just me noticing this, huh? Look at this. This the other shirt she promoting.
Come on, man.
She might as well just start a YouTube channel. Stop wasting your time with Congress acting like you legislate. Girl, get on out here and be an influencer. You can be big as Andrew Tate.
Yeah, for real.
You can be the
Jasmine
next
Crockett
Andrew
would
Tate.
kill.
Maybe you can be Charleston White. Ain't real high, you can be Candace Owens. Yeah. You already selling this out like you are.
We got Madam Williams.
While we may not have the numbers just yet, that doesn't mean that we don't have fight left in our bodies. And so I am going to fight him every step of the way until we get what we deserve, because it was my ancestors that built this motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah, you know, so you got to throw blackness on it.
Hold on a second, man. Hold on a second, man. Hold on a second. Clyde, thanks for stopping in the chat. So when Al Green got kicked out, everyone else should have walked out. For what? What's going on in the lobby that's so damn important? That's all I'm trying to figure out. What was going on in the lobby that everybody's supposed to be going out in the lobby and just being in the lobby shooting Instagram videos? This is what we want our Congress people to do? It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not saying they can't be opposed to something or sit down and not clap for things and all that. But why not be in the room? Like, what are you doing with that? What are you doing with that? That's not where I want you, man. The fuck is they talking about? Why are y'all making it worse by you keep feeding this shit? I'm telling you, this is not where we want them. We need them in there having the conversations and doing the voting and all of that. We don't need the Instagram videos and shit in the lobby while the speech is going on. Anyway, I don't know. I really expected so much more from my peoples, man. Y'all feeding right into this bullshit.
Gotta find a way. Look, I got a feeling I'm losing the crowd. Let me throw slavery in there real quick for $200.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me throw some slavery in there. Yeah. My people built this country. Yeah, I get to drop a MF on here. This is how you keep it real. This is what black people like. Give me some chicken and some hot sauce and some fatback and some chitlins. Give me some pork chops to go with my side of pork, to go with my other side of pork. Yeah, that's how we do it. Y'all don't think that she's setting black people back? She's trying to, ain't she? She's trying to make black people look as bad as possible. Yeah, yeah. You know, there'll be people that's going to defend her.
Yeah.
There'll be going to be people that defend her. They're going to say, Tim Black, why are you trying to make her look bad? There you go again, Tim Black. Trying to drag down a black woman. How am I drag down somebody who's already on the ground? I don't understand what you're saying, sister.
He said it. Don't blame me. Tim Black said it.
Somebody who's already knocked over. Now, I'm stepping over her, and I'm telling you, this is a hot mess. Because she is a hot mess. But hey, she's proud of it.
Okay, I'm done now. I'm done. This is not what we should be doing. I don't even know why we fighting with Greenland. Why we fighting with Greenland? We fighting with Canada. We fighting with Mexico. Yet we in love with Putin. What is happening? Like, this is not America. This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the fuck up, because I'm ready.
It's like, fam, somebody please come get a drunk aunt, sister, niece. Come get her. Come get her off the world stage. Real talk. Just come get her. It's like they said, like they watched Lauren Boebert and Why'd You Tell a Green Show their ass, and it was like, we need somebody ratchet to do this. We need somebody black. Yeah, let's find somebody black who has no decorum at all. That's willing.
Hold on, pause. Hold on, Johnny boy, you up in the chat, man? Don't start no shit in the chat. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that on Purge the BS. We're not going to say that women shouldn't be able to vote. That's just stupid to me. Grown-ups that live in a country should be able to vote in its elections. Especially if you got a problem with people's voting and the way that they vote, start with the fucking education system and get people educated so that when they do vote, they're voting from a point of education. Then you don't have to worry about that shit. It's not sex-based. That's goofy. I know you're probably just trolling a little bit, and that's cool. I appreciate it. The Troll Patrol, y'all can let Johnny Boy go. He don't have to get booted, okay? He don't have to get Robin Harris. Gotta go. But I'm just saying, let's not do that. We got a lot of women that come in on this channel, and I don't want them to start to, they will literally try to assassinate you on that. Because that's a dumb statement. We don't need to go back to when women couldn't vote. We need to go back to when people had fucking common sense and education. Whenever that was. I don't even know if it really existed. At this point, can't even clap for the cancer baby. What is we talking about? Anyway, let me let Tim Black finish up his video. Like I said, make sure you check out Tim Black TV right here on YouTube as well. Been chatting back and forth with that group over there, so I'm definitely going to start doing some collabs with these folks. So he had a way better set of clips than I had. That's why I had to use this video. I only had the 2X clips. He had the whole situation.
Show her natural ass in all situations. That's what we need to compete. We can't have these Republicans acting fools by themselves. We need somebody to act a fool for us that has no dignity, that's willing to drag black people to the lowest common denominator and keep the focus on the Democrats for the next 3 years. Cryptocurrency winner Jasmine Crockett from Missouri moves to Texas, runs with that stolen money. Sam Bankman-Fried sold stolen money. I'm trying to tell you, it's all corrupt. Is that okay to talk about? Because it's a Democrat. I don't know, because it's not. It might not be safe to talk about. If it's a Republican stealing money, tell us all day.
Now, for real, just to be honest, no, it's not even. It wasn't even like that, Johnny Boy. It wasn't even like that. I know you was just trolling, but the people don't know sometimes, and they be like, "Oh my God!" And then before you know it, they talking to you in the chat and not even paying attention to what we're doing over here. So that's why you got to be careful with stuff like that. But we good. We good over here. We good over here. You've been on the channel before. That's why you're here. You're a subscriber. You wouldn't be in the chat if you're not. So we good. All right. I know you was playing with them, and you know, not everybody could take the jokes like that. And we're gonna be honest right now. People are very sensitive about every fucking thing. So let's go back to Jasmine Crockett. But a lot of people like Jasmine Crockett, but it's really because of this whole down to earth thing. I think that's what people liked about Trump, was like he was cussing at people and kind of like, you know, off the cuff. And I think that's what people like about Jasmine, is even though sometimes she says some off the wall stuff and always seems to rope it back around to slavery for some reason. But that's just because how she was raised. I was raised in this environment, and they told me that everybody who was black came from freaking chattel slavery. And that wasn't even 50% true. And I didn't find out until I was like 30. You see what I'm saying? So she's just a product of that. She was raised to believe that everything is a product of slavery. There are communities that teach that. That's what that whole critical race theory and all that kind of stuff. So I don't blame her for that. I don't think she just learned this shit. I think she's always lived in a society where they were telling you a black woman, you oppressed, you were not going to get ahead, and she was managing to do it. So she always brings that up. And if you're raised like that, you're gonna always do that. It's not 100% her fault, okay? She was in her environment, and that's what her environment raised her to do. And she's over here trying to keep it real. And isn't that what we want? Isn't that what we asked for? We want everybody to keep it real. We want transparency. We want to know who you really are. If you a ratchet X304, I like to know that. That way I know how to talk to your ass. You know what I'm saying? If I want to get something done, I can have a street conversation with her. I don't have to be in there with the certain type, well, Miss Crockett, what I think is... No. I'd be like, look, man, let me tell you what. This is some bullshit, Jasmine. You see what I'm saying? I'm with that. Let's see what else you got to say.
Jasmine Crockett is a cartoon character, fam. That's what she is. And the problem I have with her, once again, it'd be different if we all agreed that this is a person who's obviously just out to make a name for herself. She's obviously trying to get a job, working on the Revolt Network or MTV or Comedy Central. But no, she's not. She wants you to think she's a serious person. That's the problem. The kicker is there are some people that think she's serious. And she is anything but serious. If you think she's serious, you aren't being serious.
Get on with it. I want to make clear that when we hear the stories of the economic impact, these are stories that are impacting all of us. It's not just...
Listen to this. She doesn't even think about what she says before she says it. She just said, when we hear stories about the economic impact, these are stories that are impacting all of us. Do you hear this? That's like saying, when we talk about football, we talk about football. You'll be like, what kind of commentator is this? Of course, if we talk about football, we talk about football. No, but see, when we talk about football, man, we are talking about football. She gets paid a lot of money. She's like the #1 black congresswoman in America right now.
Yeah.
And this is her speaking to people. The camera is not a secret camera. She sees the camera. Does she prepare something, some remarks? Nah. She just run out and says anything.
Women. Unfortunately, we had an opportunity to have a woman lead this country, and I promise you she would have led us to the promised land. But
that's right, y'all. Kamala Harris would have led us to the promised land.
No.
Sellout ass Kamala Harris would have led us to the promised land. It's our fault. Because she was going to take us to the promised land, y'all. That's right, Kamala Tubman.
Don't hurt him, Tim. Don't hurt him, Tim. Stop
was
it.
going to take us to the promised land. I promise y'all, that's what she was going to do. How can you promise me something that didn't happen, nor did anyone see occur? How can you promise me something that we had no way to verify?
Hey, thanks for
How
the
did you
super
promise
chat,
me
Major
something
Chaos.
you can't give me and deliver on? But no one holds her accountable. All the mainstream media, all of them, ignoring this train wreck. They are ignoring this train wreck. And you know what? People say, Tim Black, you made a case for it, guys. You made a case for it. Back when Obama was running and he was doing his thing, it was a case for people to see Barack Obama. They would say, Barack Obama is an exemplary speaker.
He's an exemplary
He's poised.
orator. Yeah, that whole
He has
thing.
that swag, a stage presence,
Major
delivery.
chaos.
He had a charm with him. It wasn't just because he was a guy.
Hold on. Major Chaos said he's the only. Is he the only one waiting for Jasmine Crockett to start twerking? I believe she's already done that. Just, it's, maybe we haven't seen that clip yet, but I feel like somebody got a clip of that. She looks like she's a twerker. I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, but she got a little something behind her. You know what I'm saying? And if she seems to be caught up in this whole social media thing, you only one step away from twerking, 2 steps away from OnlyFans. Everybody is. Okay? So, we're going to see. We're going to see. But Tim Black is making a very interesting point about what we liked the most about Obama, or at least me. What we seemed to like the most about Obama was his poise and how good of an orator he was, how non-hood he was in a way, but still kind of blackish. So I'm going to let him say his piece here. Then we're going to close out in a second. Only got a few more minutes left on the live. Thank y'all for coming in. I know some of y'all just got here late. But I'm not going to lie. If Jasmine was twerking, I wouldn't look away. I may not necessarily 100% approve, but it would be more because of the position she has in the government and not so much the fact that she's doing it, if it makes sense. All right? Be like, yeah, you don't want to represent Congress like that. Have some of them old like Elizabeth Warren in there trying to twerk. Oh, God.
Guy, it was because of his delivery. There have been other guys like Tim Scott who don't have that. It's not just a gender situation. But for Barack Obama, you could say, yeah, there are times he seemed phony, but he always had a polished phoniness.
When the Republicans were doing that same thing to her back in the 1990s. So I understand it, and when you're running for the presidency, then you got to expect.
He looks so young.
And you've just got to kind of let it.
Yeah, brush the shoulders off. See, that was like, it was a smidgen of hoodness, but not hood.
That's what you got to do.
See, if he would have said, you know what? If you're feeling like a pimp, go ahead and brush your shoulders off. That's the equivalent of the they not like us thing. We knew what he was doing. Everybody knew what he was doing, but he didn't over-hoodify it. So it was widely accepted. That's the difference. That's how you get elected. That's what I was trying to say during the Kamala Harris campaign. That's all I was trying to say. I didn't say nothing about Kamala Harris. I was talking about the campaign, and that they hooded it up too much, and they weren't going to get to a large enough swath of the population because not everybody is twerking in their car to Meg Thee Stallion and Glorilla. So people couldn't identify with that. And that's where they lost a bunch of folks. You want the black people that vote are normally not the impoverished, totally hood ones. It's like the middle class, upper middle class black people. That's who the vote is. A lot of them aren't ratchet like that, or at least not in open spaces. They be in their house doing that, the music be on, they twerking in their own house. But they don't go out in the street. They're not posting all over the internet. They're just regular people working their jobs. That's who you were supposed to resonate with, and that's who didn't get the resonation because they were spending too much time in the hood. But they didn't do that with Obama, and that's how he got elected. We all knew he was black. Then Trump questioned whether he was born in the right place to be running for president, but there was no question as to whether or not he was black. You see what I'm saying? They just let him do him, and it's like, I don't know. I think they sabotaged the Kamala Harris campaign by doing that. They did that shit on purpose.
That's what you got to do.
Jasmine Crockett's just all over the place.
Yeah.
She's just a train wreck. She's just a haphazard, lazy. And what's sad is
y'all can go to Tim Black's channel and tell him how you feel about what he said. I'm just playing.
And
the
if they act this way, they will never get a job anywhere at any time for anyone. There are young black women seeing this who I hope that they have people that are watching over them that will tell them, don't you ever do this shit at your job. Don't you ever carry yourself this way when you are trying to move throughout this world, because this shit she is doing is not real. And the reaction to it is not real. You act this way on a job in America. Anybody ever had a real job in America? You act this way on your job in America, it may be your last day on your job in America. Unless you work at a booby bar, at a strip club, unless you work at a hip hop happy hour. Like, this is not regular. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is not how you work. Try this shit at the bank. Got a new shirt, guys, I want to tell you about. It's called
All right, Tim, I'm not gonna promote your shirt though, but nonetheless, y'all heard my man Tim Black. He said it about how he feels. So remember, the topic of the video was the desensitization of America through politics, right? There was a time back when Obama got elected that if you was talking all ratchet and all that, you wouldn't have a space nowhere near Congress or the Senate or the House, or especially not the Oval Office. That was movie shit. You know what I'm saying? It would never be, you never would have been the president acting like Pookie and Ray Ray. You see what I'm saying? Obama would have never got elected if he was in there like with his pants sagging and doing all that stereotypical shit. You know what I'm saying? Flashing money on the internet, like just doing that goofy shit. It never would have happened. Now, I know he had a couple of little trends going because he could play basketball. So he had a few things where there was clips of him playing basketball, but shit, that's basketball. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't doing TikTok dances and trending videos and all that kind of stuff. And so it kept him out of that, I hate to say it, the immature spotlight. He seemed more mature and maybe a little bit more in touch. I appreciate Jasmine Crockett because even though I think that her position should come with a little more prestige, I know to somebody from her environment, she's an inspiration. And for that, you know, now I'm not going to say everybody should be out there cussing on the news and everything like she does, but she got to the position. So she's doing something right, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but she's doing something right. Now, the question for us is what she's doing, is that what we want to see on a major scale? We want to see our Congress people doing more in social media, trying to be entertaining? Or do we want to go back and literally have everybody go back in the room, start having conversations? That's it. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm just asking y'all, like, is this what we want? Because if this is what we want, that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm not on, I just don't really need Congress doing all that. I need them doing Congress shit. Yeah, I need Congress doing congressional shit. Like, that's it. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate Jasmine for trying to stay in touch, because I believe that's what she's doing. She believes that she's keeping it real. And I believe that even though some of the stuff that she says is totally off the wall, and I do not agree with it, I believe that she believes it. And so she stands on it. And I got to respect the fact that she at least stands on it. All right? So I see what you're saying. It's hard to have conversations when you're under tyrannical power. But you have to have the conversation. You see what I'm saying? Like, I get it, how you feel, but there's no peace in the distance. There's no peace in the division. It doesn't exist in the division. It exists when the concentric circles come together in the middle. That's where the peace is. But if the two circles are in two totally different locations, there's no peace. And we need some peace. I need some peace. I really needed people to just for 1 second say, you know what? The cancer baby deserves a small golf clap. And instead, I got people coming in here talking about Ukraine wars and the kids in Gaza and everything else, except the damn cancer baby that I was asking y'all about. And this is what happens to us. We can't address this one thing without making it about a bunch of other things. That's how they vote down in Congress. They have one thing in the bill that everybody agrees on. Then they throw a bunch of other shit in there that people don't agree on, and the whole bill fails, and the one thing that everybody did agree on doesn't pass. So that type of thinking is obvious. That's where it comes from, is from us. These people are a representation of the United States of America. They all grew up here, most of them. So what they're doing down there is a representation of us. So Jasmine Crockett is a representation of I know at least 10 Jasmine Crockett's. Women that speak like her, that kind of look like her, wear similar makeup, hair. I know 10 of them. I could throw a rock in pretty much any city and hit 10 of them. So they do represent the U.S., but what they need to represent is the humanity, yo. That's all I was trying to say about the cancer baby. We can talk about the other stuff later. I just think we all need to find something to come together on. We can't at least agree that the cancer baby can get a clap without going into Trump derangement syndrome. Like, I really didn't believe that shit was a thing. I really didn't. I was like, yo, they tripping talking about the Trump derangement syndrome. What are they talking about? Then I realized that shit is real. If I can't take away from my hate from Trump to say the cancer baby can get a soft golf clap, like, when you say that shit out loud and it makes sense to you, that's a sickness. That's a literal sickness, a mental sickness. Y'all gotta let that shit go. Y'all gotta let that shit go. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all gotta let that shit go. Because for real, at the end of the day, we don't have full control over anything but really our own lives. And even to a degree, we don't have control over that. We have some control, right? But what we do have control over is our heart. The internal us, the one that's actually trying to connect with God, who whatever you worship or don't worship, but some higher power, right? The goodness. We'll call it the goodness. We're trying to connect with the goodness that's here on earth, and the goodness that may or may not exist after we pass away. We should always be trying to connect with the goodness. And the spirit of discernment is the ability to look in things and see the good and the bad, separate the two, and deal with them accordingly. That's it. So if you're not the type of person that can think like that, it's time to start working on that shit, because you'll be bundling things together that aren't even related. That'll have you stagnant, not moving forward, because you mad about some shit that don't even have nothing to do with this other thing. All I said was the cancer baby can't get no clap. And everybody had something to say about that. And instead of saying, why am I mad that somebody thinks a child with cancer should get an honorable applause? No, instead of thinking that to self, no, it's F that kid. Trump presented that to him, so he's a Nazi kid or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that, y'all. Come up off yourself. That's some bullshit. I don't want to hear nothing about any of that shit. And I'm gonna be real. Thanks for stopping in the chat, everybody. If you're new to the channel, which a lot of folks don't understand, is Purge the BS is not a Republican or Democrat channel. This is an Indepublicrat channel. I identify with the things that identify with me. So when it comes to kids, when it comes to fairness, when it comes to empathy, when it comes to future generations, wealth, education, things like that, that's the middle ground that we're all supposed to be able to talk about. And so those are the things that I'm going to bring up. So I don't want anybody to think that just because there is a Republican name or Democrat name on any voting thing that I'm doing, that they automatically get a vote for anything on my side. I will just not vote for your ass if I don't like what you're talking about. It's simple to me. You're going to get elected regardless. 100% of black people could vote for either side, and it still doesn't matter in the grand scheme. 95% of us voted for Kamala Harris. She lost in a landslide. So guess what? We don't have the number. So my vote in that regard doesn't really count. So I identify with the information, the topics, and I have discussions with people about these things. But I want you all to understand that at the end of the day, at 5 p.m. on Friday, all of them, they all go get drinks and shots together. It's like the end of Law and Order episodes. The prosecutor and the defense in the bar together, laughing about what happened in court that day. That's what they do. And every once in a while, you get an eye into it, and you'll see them smile at each other, even though you think they're enemies. They're just doing that to keep us fighting. At the end of the day, this shit don't even matter. What matters is that we're still connected to the goodness at the end of the day. And the goodness is accepting the fact that a cancer-surviving child could have been given a soft golf clap by all members of Congress, and nobody would have been mad at them. And that's what I was trying to tell y'all. There's a swath of people who really would have been mad at Democratic representatives for clapping for the cancer baby. So that's why they didn't do it. You can't tell me that 150, 200 people, nobody in there, their heart didn't say, "Oh," about the cancer baby, right? But their mind said, we cannot, because it's a setup. It was a setup. They did that on purpose because they know that's what they do. At all of these things, there's always one side standing up for the shit and sitting down. It's always like that, right? So the Republicans set them up and put them in the hot seat and said, you're going to have to make a decision to look heartless or stand on your party. And they chose the party. And that's what happened. And the reason they chose the party is because somebody thought that if they would have just stood on humanity, that we would have been mad at them. And I feel bad that we gave them that impression. That's what we did. We did that. We let our representatives think that they would have been ostracized or criticized for clapping for the cancer baby. And so now they got to stand on that shit. And so the whole argument is dumb to me because the only way to stand on it is to bring up some other shit. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we're standing by and trying to act like that shit is cool. No, we don't want that. I don't care who did it. That's not cool. You see what I'm saying? See how that works? Doesn't matter what side it is. That act is not good. And we need to start making sure that we tell these people that. Forget your party. It's not a party.